What's good, Council of Comics?
Oh, there was
I'm
spit
yelling because I finally got the mic right, and Joey's gonna walk right in front of the mic. We love you, Joey.
This is why we
We're
don't let
doing
him on the
Willow,
show.
episode 4. Let's go.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845. Bro.
All right.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what I said in the chat. I'm going to say what I said in the podcast the other day. I'm going to say it again tonight. If you don't like this show after this episode, you're not going to like the show.
That's true. Where do you stand, Phil?
I like the show better. Like this was a lot better than that. There was only like one part, and it was like toward the end where there was like a conversation between the prince and the girl, and I was like, what they were talking about. I was like, you didn't want to show us that, so when you go over the recap, I'll be like, and you'll give us the recap.
I'm so glad that you said that, and I didn't have to knock you right out of the frame of the camera.
But there was a part that I was just like,
no, that's okay. It was not perfect, but I thought this episode really cemented where we're going.
I can agree. I thought it was a better episode.
A lot of good stuff.
Not by much.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. This had to be.
By
Come
much.
on.
This had to be a better episode.
But enough to make me say,
Every
okay.
character had their own story arc instead of just we're focusing on 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, everybody had a moment, a good moment.
Correct. And we got some old flashback moments in this that make this story make more sense now.
Cliff, give us a recap.
All right, so they're in the Crone's city that we remember from the movie Willow. She's not her city,
Her castle.
her castle, right? But it's more than a castle; it's a fortress, isn't it?
It's yeah, I guess. Yeah,
because
that's fair.
because the guy makes a comment. It's an unsacked fortress. Now, of course, it's probably unsacked because everybody believes the place is cursed, and all that terrifying dark magic that took place there. Why would you want to hang out there? Willow is sure something terrible is going to happen. He tells everyone, stay away from the tower.
Yes.
Rule number 1: stay out of the tower.
Rule number 2: refer to rule number 1.
Yeah.
Do nothing else. Don't go in the tower.
It was very well stated at the beginning of the episode. Things were ignored. So the darkness is creeping through the foreigner Prince Flash Thompson. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. And now Graydon. And now he starts spewing out stuff. He starts talking like the other prince. He's like, oh, I'm alone and whatever. And they didn't think it's him. And Will's like, it's not him. It's evil magic. Don't fall for any of this.
Well, how about when they rip his shirt off to give him the salve, and he's got and then he's
all
like,
the scars.
He's like, no, I already had that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just became badass now.
Yeah.
There's a story behind it.
Well, we get a little flashback where he knocked his brother out of a tree.
Well, at the end, we get that.
Right.
Initially, he feels like he's being tortured. Remember?
Right, but he makes several comments, right, about the shame that he went through for something that happened when he was younger.
Yes.
But apparently there's been a darkness inside of him before, and they must have done some crazy stuff to remove it from him. That last time. So here he is being tortured. It's awful. But Willow and Laura Dannon are focused on trying to heal him. And Willow keeps asking for things that are probably still in, the unsacked fortress. And Borman and Princess Kit keep going to look for stuff. But of course...
Well, they all do, except for her and Laura.
Well, no. Jade goes to play defense in case the Gales are coming to attack them.
No, Borman actually is supposed to do that. Remember?
Right, but she goes with him. And then Borman is like, oh no, a big fancy door that looks like I need to pick it open and steal stuff. But again, that's all magic torturing him.
I feel like they're all getting tortured in that castle.
They all are getting magically tortured, but Jade was resistant.
Which is interesting. Yeah.
Right, so does that mean that does that say something about Jade being pure of heart? Right, that she's genuinely committed to Laura Dannon,
and maybe because it doesn't affect her as much because she just basically staved off with
having to kill her adopted dad.
In the last episode.
She has a higher constitution.
She has a higher constitution, but I believe part of it is because when she's like, "You're Laura Dannon," like I pledge my service to you. She didn't question it. There was nothing. She just did it, and I actually appreciate her character a little bit more every episode. I love her. And Princess Kit and her have their little argument, and she's just like, oh, the mist does play with her mind.
A little bit, like you said, each person has a little.
But
moment.
it only plays with her mind that she thinks that she has to fight her deceased adopted father. Remember, and then it leads her back to where Kit
Oh, I
is.
love that scene where
Yeah.
the guy from the first movie,
Yeah.
Yes.
the general, whatever his
That's
name is.
it. That was it.
Oh my god, I was like, yes.
Yes, so I love that he came through the darkness and that was messing with her. So that was really good for Jade. And Jade's thing wasn't about corruption or temptation. It was about fear. So that was, I really like her, and I really that was different. Everyone else's was playing with the fear. Princess Kit, it was playing with the fear of her having the Crone's blood in her.
Well, I think all of the pieces, all the characters are put on the chessboard, and the Crone, if that's what we're assuming is doing it.
Yes.
Is twisting them all with the intent of getting to where we get at the end.
Yes.
Because it all coalesces at the same time, which makes sense. It's like, well, if I get this person to do this, and this person to do this, eventually they're all going to be of the same purpose, but they don't all see it happening because they're spread out.
And they all end up in the tower. Because
stupid.
Right, because
so stupid.
Because
that's the one where Borman's trying to get the treasures, right?
Yes.
Right, but what's cool about this is Borman isn't so seduced by his illusion that he doesn't snap out of it. He attacks the two girls. He thinks that they've stolen the Lux that's supposed to be for the super armor, right?
Yes.
And they're like, how can we steal something we didn't know existed? And then they see lights move.
Like you told us that wasn't
Yeah, you
around.
just told us about. That you told us you didn't have,
Well,
right?
I lied about that, but
They see the light moving in the tower, and they're like, oh no, someone's in the tower. And they stop what they're doing, and Borman's like, okay, you guys make sense. And they all run to the tower for help.
Stupid.
You know? So stupid. And but it's so great, because they get up there, and of course, evil possessed prince is like, you fool, I'm totally going to open the portal and banish you to another dimension where you'll be tortured.
Once he was like, oh, come on, we got to go save...
Yeah, we gotta save Willow.
Right.
Like
Willow, who we
like
don't
the
see.
Bell didn't when he said all that, I was like, wait, you didn't show us any of that?
Right, well, no, of course they didn't show us that, because we know that she's being lured into this. When they're out there, and he's like, what? I'm confident. I'm strong. Isn't this what you like about Prince Eric? And I was like, ooh. I was like, someone's jealous. And she's like, that's not what I love about him. And I was just like, ooh, girl, the tension. So
And then Willow gets up there.
Willow gets up there. And it's like, worst apprentice.
What did I tell you?
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part. He turns and goes, you're the worst apprentice ever.
Great line.
You're the savior of the world and the worst apprentice. You're the worst apprentice ever. Yo, Willow sold it.
One thing to do.
Yeah, one job. And then I like when they revealed to them about how Willow, they thought she thought that he did magic.
Yes.
And they're like, he didn't do anything.
Right, to save the original story.
My favorite line in the whole show is right towards the beginning where they Graydon's going through his the issues with the spell or whatever. And Kit says, well, if somebody's going to kill him, I guess I'll have to do it. And and Borman goes, you want to put that in your wedding vows?
Yeah.
Okay, so Willow gets up there.
And of course, the possessed prince is like, no, Willow didn't do any special spell. It's like, her own hubris got her killed, Like, she knocked over the thing. She got struck by lightning. All Willow did was like a freaking, parlor trick.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like the big reveal that's supposed to be a stab at Willow's character, right? But then when all else fails, like Alora Dannon is like, no, I am Alora Dannon. So she goes and leans into the kiss, and all the evil gets sucked out of him, passes through him, and transcends into the sky and clears the sky of all the rain that's been on them.
Sin eats him.
Yeah. Sin eating. That was crazy, but it looked
But it doesn't
great.
go in her mouth though. It just
No,
kinda goes
trans
around
through
the
her.
eye.
She
That's
uses
where
her
we
mouth to
found
suck
out.
it out, and then just
About that he was possessed before, and I think he killed his brother.
right, because he has the vision of being possessed
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and he may have killed his brother during that time.
I especially like how they took the old scenes
Yes,
and turned them into like ghosts.
yes,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
great.
that
That was a
was
beaually
phenomenal.
blend.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. And I actually
Yeah.
went and watched Willow again after that.
Just to be sure.
And I was like, wow.
Do you
that's
see
really
the
good.
mother in Willow in
Yeah,
the movie? I
that
just
scene
couldn't
where
remember.
she's like, they're gonna
Yeah.
kill her.
Yeah, that's right at the
That's
beginning.
exactly from the movie.
All right.
No, they did a great job with that. They really made you feel
Yeah.
immersed. Anyhow, this episode, one.
The ending.
The ending.
The ending with the prince.
Well, right, we see Prince Eric, and he's what is the name of that city? The Forgotten City, the one where the armor was built.
No, the.
Oh, it has like the heads and stuff, like the
Yeah,
statues.
Memorial
the
City.
In
Memorial
Memorial City. He's in Memorial City, and we've seen it only through flashbacks so far in the series, but now we see it in its dilapidated condition, and he's just alone there.
Right. In a cell that somehow opens.
That somehow just opened so he could walk around. So that was really cool. I am happy to see him like it's not like, okay, we forgot about you completely. Like, nope, he's still part of the story. Just let's dangle the carrot for you.
And we get more of Bev Morta's story, where she was corrupted.
Oh, right. So Princess Kit, like part of the illusions torturing her is how Bev Morta was corrupted. She was just like Alora Dannon once upon a time. But what was the Seven saw the potential?
Blood of the Six.
The blood of the Six.
Was the worm is the coven, if you will.
Yes.
Yes. And she's one of the blood of the Six.
Right.
Yes.
And then they saw potential in her, and that potential turned in I'll rule you all.
But you hear her taking her vows with them.
Yes.
And so that's my prediction. Kit is going to become Bev Morta. She's going to be.
I agree with you.
She's going to be the new Bev Morta.
I agree with you.
And then so you're going to have that pull and tug between her and Jade, because Jade's going to be like, "What are you doing?" And
Jade's like, "I'm the love of your
Kit's gonna
life,
be like,
and you are
I'm trying
transforming."
to do what's best for all of us.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get
Hey.
if nothing else, tricked into it.
We're talking about Willow. Are you watching it?
All right. So,
Killing me.
so what are your grades on the episode? Phil?
My grade, you know what? It's gonna be, and it may sound low, but it's really a 7. 7 is like, which is like, it's a pretty good, solid episode. Like overall, like I thought it was like, you got like a haunted castle, and I thought maybe you could have done more with that. Like you have like an exorcism going on in like the haunted castle, like all this stuff. I thought like, it's good, and they could have maybe done like more with it.
Yeah.
With those like ideas, which are pretty like cool ideas. But overall, like the recap, it's a good solid episode. So I think a 7.
Cliff.
7.5.
7.5. Ronaldo.
I think this is the best episode of the series so far.
Yes.
I'm staying with an 8.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm good with you on the 8. I like
It's the best episode so far. I'm gonna give it a 7.
I'm trying to be more reserved.
I'm trying to give it room to get to a 10, but I think this is really good.
That's why I'm at 7.5. I when I look at our old reviews and I see how happy I am to give stuff 8s, right? And then how I feel about Wakanda Forever, I'm like, you know what? I gotta dial it down a notch.
And I finally am starting to like the songs at the end.
Yeah.
This one I like.
They're starting to really gel now, and I'm like, okay.
Well, especially when it's the same artist.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right, Council. So what do you think about this episode? Leave your comments below in the comments section. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I'm not begging you anymore. You don't want to like it? You don't want to subscribe? Don't do it.
I'll beg them. Please like and subscribe.
For the rest of you,
Find us on TikTok as well.
Continue to tune in. We appreciate you. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below. We'll be back next week with episode 5.
No,
Thank you
2
for
weeks.
watching.
Because you won't be here next
Oh.
week. So we'll have to do 5 and 6.
There's a hiatus coming, so we're gonna do.
Or I
5.
could just do it
We'll
alone
five.
with you.
We could do it.
Next time you see this, we'll be doing 5 and 6. So for Ronaldo Green Shirt Guy, for Cliff NY, for Phil, for myself, and the rest of the Council of Comics, and then that special guy back there. Look at him. We'll see you guys later. Love you. Peace. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Shout out to Madness. Yeah. Rogue Nation 845.